Hello again, dear friends watching us from all around the world. Today we're coming to our last webinar with one of leading wonderful Russian universities, Kabardino-Balkarian State University. With us will be Mr. Albert, the representative of Kabardino-Balkarian State University, will tell us today more information about the university, the tuition fees, the application process, the ranking of the university, and all related information and important for international students. I would like to remind you, dear friends, that Kabardino-Balkarian is not a university located in Moscow because all our previous six webinars was with Russian universities located in Moscow. So for those who was asking about the tuition fees, and I feel that they're looking for somehow the fees in Moscow's universities was a little bit expensive for them, so I recommend them to watch this webinar. There will be a surprise for them with Kabardino-Balkan State University. So Mr. Albert, how are you?
Hello, Aman. We are fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So we're giving the word to you and we're listening, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's our pleasure and honor to welcome you to Balkarian State University, city of Nalchik, Russia. It's our city is not that big, and university is one of the stakeholders of the city. So before going into presentation, I'd like to present you some short video on our university.
Mhm.
So I'll launch, and please tell me if something.
Yes, go ahead.
Kabardino-Balkarian State University, or KBSU, is a modern classic university located in the city of Nalchik, North Caucasus Federal District, Russia. We provide 300 educational programs to 17,000 students, of which more than 2,000 are government funded and 1,700 are foreign students from 45 countries. Our university consists of 8 institutes, 1 faculty and 4 colleges. Institute of Architecture, Construction and Design unites 3 departments and guided by leading specialists in architecture and construction, design, arts and crafts. Students study graphics, geometry, drafting, architectural design, interior and costume design. Institute of Social Studies and Humanities. Today there are 14 departments. History students participate in archaeological excavations together with the staff of the State Hermitage and the State Historical Museum. Graduates work as teachers, historians, linguists, translators, authors and editors in the media. The institute also trains future social workers, insurers, hotel administrators and government specialists. Institute of Pedagogy, Psychology and Sports. We prepare professionals in education and psychology and also teach athletes, coaches, sports specialists. Students use research lab for biotechnics, a stadium, several gyms and a swimming pool. Institute of Informatics, Electronics and Robotics. Students are studying programming, coding, database and project management, IT security, system analysis, computer modeling, mechatronics and robotics, quality management, technology of machines and equipment. Institute of Physics and Mathematics. It covers 5 departments, 10 scientific labs, data center. Today the institute has dozens of research and teaching labs, computer center and planetarium. Institute of Law, Economics and Finance. Formed 7 years ago, it consists of 2 extremely popular departments, economics and law, and prepare future managers, marketers, accountants, auditors, specialists in several areas from taxes to civil, administrative and criminal law. Institute of Chemistry and Biology. One of the oldest among other institutes, it includes 4 departments. Students study organic and non-organic chemistry, bio and electrochemistry, high molecular genetics, geography and ecology. Institute of Dentistry and Maxillofacial Surgery. Previously very popular department of medical faculty, it became an institute just 2 years ago. Today it is based on Multifunctional Stomatology Center of Simulation Training and the Clinical Center CIMED. The institute is famous for its cutting-edge equipment and materials. Medical faculty. For a half of the century, it has been a great starting point for more than 6,000 doctors of 3 specialties. Today it covers 17th department. It is the most popular for foreign students and provide full study in Russian and English languages. KBSU has 4 colleges: Information Technology and Economy for people who need practical skills in accounting, programming and economic areas. College of Design for creative people in all areas from history of art to graphics, web design and fashion. Medical College for future paramedics, pharmacists and nurses. Pedagogical College for professional teachers, tutors and trainers. KBSU is a highly professional team, rich social life, more than 150 scientific and business partners, multi-level education. It nurtures professional potential of the region for almost 90 years and also creates specialists for 45 countries all over the world. We in KBSU wish you all the best and are looking forward to welcome all foreign students on our campus.
Can we see the presentation now?
The presentation is still, I see the YouTube video still, right? The presentation is,
Okay, I'll switch it off.
okay.
And now I'll go into presentation. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, Kabardino-Balkarian State University, located in the southern part of Russia, city of Nalchik, Republic of Kabardino-Balkaria. It's one of the southest. We are on the far south of Russia, which is quite different weather than the overall Russia. Right at the foot of Caucasus Mountains and guarded by the highest peak of Europe, Mount Elbrus, one of the most fascinating and popular tourist places in Russia. As I said, the average temperature in January is around 0 and plus 24 in July. Once again, it's average temperature. It might be quite cold and quite hot as well, but this is quite rare. Unique customs, traditions, and hospitality culture is the important source of individual safety of all inhabitants and visitors, which results in one of the lowest criminal rate in Russia. As I said, the society is quite traditional over here. Like we don't have nightclubs, for instance. Not because we don't have them; they are just not very popular. That's why. So, of course, enough restaurants, cafes, and all other kind of social places.
Mm-hmm.
Our university.
So, Mr. Alper, I'm so sorry. The previous picture is showing the traditional dress of Kabardini-Balkarian people.
Yeah, exactly. That's the traditional costume.
That's the tradition costume, yeah. It is somehow Caucasian one, right?
Yes, it's right in the middle of Caucasus Mountains.
Yes, great, great, great.
So our university has the status of federal state budget educational institution of higher education. It is the second oldest university in North Caucasus. Mm-hmm. History dated back to 1924 with the foundation of the Leninsky Educational Center. This building is still active, of course, after a lot of modernization. This is the building of medical faculty department. Later, it was evolved into pedagogical faculty. Current status, the university was granted in 1957. It's quite a family. The university is very unique social place because for many local residents, it's already become a part of their family history. Like for us, for my family, my daughter is the 4th generation of students who studied in this university. Mm-hmm. And actually, we all studied different facilities, but the first building was common for all of us. As the founding member of the once again, Association of Classical Universities of Russia. Mm-hmm. It is located number 75 in Webometrics among 1,000 Russian universities. Mm-hmm. We are positioned in the first 100 by RAEX rating review in Russia in 2020. Mm-hmm. We just start the rating participating in huge ratings. We are in the beginning, so I suppose it's our second year when we try to actively be present at federal rating system of universities.
Mhm.
The university is about 17,000 students and 748 lectures, scientists, specialists, and all. 10% of the student squad are foreign students, 40 represented by 45 different countries all over the world.
Mhm.
Most countries are from the Western Africa to India.
Mhm.
So it's Africa and Asia mostly.
Mhm.
It's 8 institutions, medical faculty, 4 colleges, and the international school, which I proudly represent.
Mhm.
Here is our building from the bird view. We operate 12 hostel buildings where up to 2,500 students are living, studying, and socializing. They have rooms, they have international blocks, or if they want, they may live with the blocks of their own countries. So we have,
Mhm.
like say, we have the whole building to Indian students. We have different floor to Arabic students and so on.
Mhm.
But if they want, they can move to international blocks and live with all sorts of students.
Mhm.
So since our last meeting, I tried and introduced the dollar equivalent of the prices.
Mhm.
So the hostel resident, they pay from 700 to 1,200 rubles per month, which is around 10 or $15 in a month.
Wow. Wow.
It's for today exchange rate once again.
Mhm.
So there are our most popular programs. So we have construction, applied informatics, and management. And recently we start these programs, these 3 programs. We start the English programs of these institutions.
Mhm.
And for I think it's 4 years ago we launched the general medicine fully in English. It was
Mhm.
our first English medium program. It's not bilingual. It's 100% English language from the first course.
Mhm.
2 years ago we launched the dentistry,
Mhm.
the stomatology department, and it became very popular right from the beginning. We planned just one group, 25 students or something. At that year, the first year, we had the admission of 3 groups or 75 students.
Oh.
That's to show you how popular that specialty was.
Mhm.
Once again, these 2 programs are full English. We have
Wonderful.
prices which is presented over there.
Yes.
We have I just calculated the dollar equivalent were based on the today's price, which is about 75 rubles per dollar.
Mhm.
There's a very, it's quite probable that the prices will be adjusted a little bit because we didn't raise prices for 2 years
Mhm.
because many students, the pandemic year.
Yes.
So in this year, we decided not to change our prices, and now the prices are the same.
Fair. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So total fee is about 234 to 2,300 for general medicine per
Mhm.
year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And Mr. Albert, this
Yeah.
tuition fees, the students can pay it like per year or per installment. I mean, like per semester, for
Yeah,
example.
they can pay. They have both options. They
Both
can
options.
pay year-based, or they can pay semester-wise.
Semester wise.
They
Okay.
can switch if they want. So
Mm-hmm.
we are quite
Flexible with that.
flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially these days,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
have to.
Yeah.
And we have master degree program, which is management.
Mm-hmm.
There are among that, above that, we have different Russian taught programs in Russian. 40 and the short statistics are presented over there.
Uh-huh.
The Russian programs are a little bit cheaper than the English programs because you understand
Mm-hmm.
English programs are more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So general medicine is less than $2,000 in Russian language program, and so on.
Wonderful.
Above that, we have a variety of master's program, PhD programs, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
24 programs of medical residency. Also, we provide preparatory program in Russian language.
Mm-hmm.
So this is also quite popular and relatively cheap, especially students like our program based on the price to quality ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's 7 to 8 months. It's less than $1,000
Wow.
per day. Once again, these prices might be adjusted because we didn't do anything with prices for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mr. Albert, you are showing us here a lot of like tuition fees for the English programs and here for the Russian
Yeah.
medicine programs. What about the PG and the master programs? Like approximately how much the tuition fees for them?
I can't tell you exactly, but it's quite like say, just give me a second.
In the similar range, you mean?
It of course it's not like 2 times more expensive, twice like that. It's not nothing like that. It is
Okay.
in this range.
In this range. In this range.
Yeah,
Okay.
and even more, we try some. I can't tell you exactly which
Mm-hmm.
one, but some PhD programs might be even cheaper because we try to motivate, we try to stimulate
Mm-hmm.
students to participate in these programs.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And our specialists, they provide document legalization process, and all visa-related issues as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't have we have our own department which is doing all this related stuff,
Thanks.
to documents, to visa, to
So
foreign
just the student need to apply, paying the tuition fees, and the international department of Kabardino Balkan State University taking care of the rest. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
that's great.
exactly.
That's
Of
great.
course, these issues are not easy these days because you understand we have
Yeah,
pandemic. We have
yeah.
today we have most of the programs they are switched to this. They are switched to distant learning.
Mm-hmm.
Although most of the students are still on campus,
Mm-hmm.
even in the summer. Even in the summer, of course, we had, like I said, we have 1,700 foreign students, and of them, less than 50% moved back home. Like 30 or 40% of students, they went back home. Most of the students, they stayed on campus, and so far we have maybe 4 or 5. Fortunately, we have only 4 or 5 COVID cases, which are immediately they are hospitalized. They were took care of, and today
Yeah.
I don't think there are any students who are in hospital
Well,
today.
hopefully it will stay the same. Hopefully it will stay the
That's we
same.
are very we hope so.
Yeah.
Uh, of course, as if you have students of 45 countries, the social life will be very active, very colorful, very
Mm-hmm.
bright, and so on. But nowadays, they all are isolated. We took care of everything. They all are wearing masks. Very they are very cautious in everything, and we try to adjust to socializing in the distant format, in isolation format,
Yeah.
all this stuff.
It's temporary. It's temporary situation, Mr. Alper.
We hope so, and let's hope the vaccine and all this stuff they will, yeah,
Yeah.
will help a lot.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the presentation. Well, and once again, because we are at the foot of the Caucasus Mountains, there are many tourist places, and almost every weekend, students they love to go to mountainside to have. At least it was popular, but it's still popular nowadays. So just small photo from that place.
Great. 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 Great.
Yes,
Great.
I'm
Yeah.
close the presentation
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm ready to answer.
Yeah, I can see, Mr. Alper, thank you for this presentation. As I was telling our audiences watching us right now in the social media that with Kabardino-Balkari State University, you will have a surprise because really the tuition fees are quite cheap, and I'm explaining that from my point of view that Moscow, as a capital of Russia, it's expensive city. The same thing as a capital everywhere. Kabardino-Balkaria, it's you can say it's another city. There is their own situation. It's not because, for example, Moscow University charging the students here 4-5,000 USD dollars per year. It's better than universities out of Moscow. Let's say in this way. But each region, each university have their own regulations, own policy. So maybe Mr. Alper, you would like to add something about that, because really from our last webinar we got many messages about that, like why the tuition fees, that huge gap between Kabardino Balkari, for example, studying general medicine English in Kabardino Balkari and going to study in Sechenov or on Rudin University. So maybe you can give us a little bit explanations about that.
Yeah. Once again, our city is not a big city. It's around less than 300,000 people in the city, and overall the region is less than 1 million. Once again, we are living in the south, which makes the food like the regular food in the supermarket and in the market and all these places, the food is quite cheap. The weather is not that harsh, so quite mild winter.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, the university always were quite good. It was good in the sense of quality to prices.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
understand that we cannot compete with the huge institutions
Mm-hmm.
overall. We started quite late. Well, once again, we had foreigners since late 60s. We
Mm-hmm.
invite foreigners to our university.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost more than 50 years we are inviting foreign students. But the English program we launched quite recently. It's just
Quite
4 years
recently.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep up, to be uh, to look good for newcomers, we
Mm-hmm.
have to adjust, we have to be flexible, we
Mm-hmm.
have to present something which is attractive to foreign students.
Making
Because
sense.
of course we don't have such a strong brand like other huge institutions. We don't have such a huge and massive history working with foreign students.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we started later than others, but we are very flexible and we try to provide best service, best educational service we can.
Mm-hmm.
The price are not as the price of living in our place is quite different. To
Mm-hmm.
my students tell me that like $300 a month is it's a good enough. It's enough for them to survive. Some students can survive even with even less money, like two
Mm-hmm.
hundreds. I mean, just food, clothes, transport, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I presented the price of the hostel, and
Mm-hmm.
I think about 10% of our students they don't live in hostel; they live in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I expected that this question might be popular.
Yeah.
So we invited one of our students to tell his story with his own words.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we can give him microphone and he will explain how does he live, how it's
Yes,
going
yes,
on.
yes, yes. Let's take that. Let's take that.
So yeah, okay. So I please meet Radwan is one of our brightest students. He is
Radwan
from Jordan,
from Jordan.
and he can answer the question if you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How are you, Radwan?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So tell us a little bit about you, how you come to Kabardin Balkan, why you choose this university, and maybe a little bit about your life or your student life nowadays.
So I will tell you in Arabic or in English or
Yeah,
both.
let's start. That's great. Let's start with English, okay? And after that, maybe for those who are asking us in Arabic, we can shift to Arabic language, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm living here in Nalche.
Mm-hmm.
No, since 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, I'm a medical student.
Mm-hmm.
No, I live in apartment.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think apartment.
It's private.
Private. Yeah, private.
Okay.
No, I think the apartment ships than another city in
Okay,
Russia.
okay, okay,
Uh,
okay. I got you, Radwan. So, with your excuse, Mr. Alper, I will talk a little bit in Arabic with Radwan. So, Radwan, أنت جيت من الأردن، من أي مدينة من الأردن؟
من مادبا.
من مادبا، وجيت قبل 6 سنوات مشان تدرس تخصص الطب في
نعم.
نالشيك. اوكي، وحاليا انت يعني على ابواب التخرج زي ما بفهم انا.
نعم، سنة أخيرة.
سنة أخيرة. طب احكي لنا عن نفسك، كيف أنت شفت الجامعة؟ ليش اخترت جامعة نالتشيك؟ كيف حياتك كانت في ال6 سنوات؟ شو اللي أنت شفته من ناحية الدراسة، من ناحية المعيشة كمدينة كجامعة؟ احكي لنا عن حياتك الجامعية أكثر لو سمحت.
في الحقيقة أنا بالأول جيت على نالشيك من منحة.
أوكي.
كانت إنه منحة إنه من طريق نالشيك.
اها.
جيت على نالشيك بالأول درست لغة روسية في مدينة روستوف.
اها.
بعدين أجيت على نالشيك درست الطب.
اها.
بالنسبة لنالشيك يعني الإيجابيات اللي شفتها في المدينة، أول شيء كطبيعة المدينة،
اها.
الطبيعة اللي فيها مقارنة بالطبيعة اللي عندنا، فما بحس الواحد حاله إنه بتعرف يعني مثلا بروسيا بنحكي برد كثير. فبتحكي مثلا نالشيك لا، إنه الطبيعة الشبيهة باللي عندنا.
اها. اها.
بالنسبة للأكل،
اها.
إنه الأكل كمان اللي هون شوي إنه بيشبه اللي عندنا غير عن المدن الثانية بروسيا.
اها.
كطبيعة الحياة، كأنه بشوف أنا مثلا نالشيك أرخص من المدن الأخرى.
اها. اها.
هاي مثلا بشوف الإيجابيات في المدينة مثلا،
اها.
كأنه إيجابيات كواحد اللي عايش في المدينة.
مهم. 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 هذا شيء كثير كويس. اوكي. وانا بعرف مثلا نالتشيك او طبيعة الشعب القوقازي في نالتشيك هو شعب مسلم بيعيش فيها. كيف انت كشخص قادم من دولة مسلمة كالأردن، بغض النظر احنا ما بنحكي عن اسلام او الدين،
آه،
احنا كلياتنا طبعا يعني بنرحب
كنا بشر.
بالجميع، اكيد كلنا بشر، لكن انا بحب دائما نركز على هاي النقاط لانه كثير بيجينا اسئلة انه هذه مثلا الريجن، هذا ريجن مثلا في روسيا من القوقاز، المسلمين كيف بيعيشوا كيف ما بيعيشوا، هل هم منفتحين على الكل؟ فهمت كيف علي؟ فأنا حاب أسمع منك بخصوص هذا الموضوع. كيف بالنسبة لهذا الموضوع عندكم؟ كيف بتحسوا في فرق مثلا؟ ولا في عندك جنسيات من كل دول العالم بيجوا مثل ما مستر ألبر حكى لنا من 45 دولة؟ كيف أنتم بتعيشوا مع بعض كطلاب؟
هسه مثلا
آه.
بالنسبة إلي مثلا إنه
آه.
كأنه أنا مسلم مثلا بهاي المدينة مثلا، ما بشعر مثلا إنه كيف بدي أحكي لك، سواء أنا مثلا كنت أول شيء عايش بروستوف
مهم.
وعشت هان،
مهم.
نفس الشيء لأنه بتعامل مع أشخاص، خلص أنا بهمني كشخص ما بهمني كديانة.
هذا كثير شيء كويس، هذا كثير
إنه
شيء
هذا أنا
كويس.
اللي بهتم له بطلع عليه رقم واحد.
شيء كثير كويس، شيء كثير
آه،
كويس.
بالنسبة مثلا بس بشوف بالنسبة للديانات مثلا في هان مثلا في هنود
مهم.
يعني إنه ديانة مثلا مش مسيحي مش مسلم
صحيح.
مش يهودي
صحيح.
مثلا، الديانة السماوية.
صحيح.
مثلا هاي يهودي بتعامل معه كمان شيء طبيعي عادي يعني.
صحيح.
هذا الشيء اللي
صحيح.
بشوفه أنا.
صحيح. صحيح. كل واحد يعني حر في ديمقراطية كاملة، كل واحد حر في معتقداته.
كل واحد حر في معتقده.
هذا شيء كثير حلو، هذا شيء كثير حلو. وبتشكرك على هاي الإجابات رضوان. حبيت بس أسألك أنا آخر شيء كطالب، أنت من 6 سنوات في مدينة نالتشيك، شو بالنسبة لمصروفك يعني، أو من اللي بتعرفه عن أصدقائك مثلا، كم أنت في الشهر كان يكلفك من أكل شرب ترانسبورتيشن مثلا، يعني بالتقريب لو ممكن؟
اها. بالنسبه للمصروف هاي تعتمد انه من شخص لشخص،
مهم.
حسب انه حياه الشخص طبيعه الشخص وين
أكيد بالأفرج إحنا بنحكي بالمتوسط من اللي بتعرفه أنت.
بالافرج انا بشوف مثلا 400 500 دولار
مهم.
كويس.
400 500، هذا شامل السكن مثلا،
انا لا، ايش من الواحد يطلع على شقه
هذا
يعيش.
يطلع على شقة. أما إذا بتسكن في السكن الجامعي اللي زي ما حكى لنا مستر ألبر، أرخص بكتير، 15 9 دولار يمكن هناك بالشهر، صح؟ آه
15 9.
لا، يعني من 9 ل 15 دولار في الشهر، زي ما كنا شايفين في البرزنتيشن شهريا، رسوم السكن الجامعي، ولا لا؟
انت بتسال عن الحياه كطبيعه المصروف الشهري ولا
ايه يعني انت بتحكي لي 400 500 دولار، انا ممكن اذا كنت باخذ شقة خارج السكن، صح؟
كشقه؟ انه
اه,
زياده 100 دولار 150 دولار.
كزيادة 100 150 دولار. انا فهمت عليك. اوكي. هذا كثير شيء كبير. وأنا بتذكر من آخر محاضرة مع مستر ألبر حكى لي إنه الطلاب الأردنيين هم من أكثر الطلاب العرب الموجودين في كابردين بلقاري ستيت يونيفرسيتي.
صحيح.
صحيح، أكبر جالية موجودة هي الجالية الأردنية في الجامعة.
نعم، لانه في كثير انه علاقات بين جامعه كبردينا بوليكاري وفي الاردن، انه زي ما بتعرف في بالاردن انه الشركس،
الجالية الشركسية صحيح.
الجاليه الشركسيه اصلهم هم من هون من نشف، فانه في تواصل كثير بين المدينه،
أها
بين الجامعه وبين الاردن، عشان هيك
أها
اكبر من
أها
الاردنيين،
أها أها
كذلك السوريين.
أها شيء كثير حلو. ممكن رضوان بدك توصل رسالة هيك في الآخر للطلاب اللي بيشوفونا من دول عربية، شو ممكن تحكي لهم أنت هيك ممكن بجملتين يعني منك؟
والله بالنسبه انه اوصل رساله للطلاب،
اها اها
انه مثلا حاول انه تعطي فكره جيده عنك، او تعطي فكره جيده عنك عن اللي يشوفك يمدح فيك، ما يذم قوميتك. انا
أها
شفتك مثلا انك شخص كويس، احكي هذا عربي شخص كويس.
صحيح
انه زي ما بتعرف اذا شفت واحد كويس ممكن امدح القوميه تاعته كامله، واذا شفت
صحيح
واحد سيء ممكن اذم قوميته.
صحيح
انا
صحيح
هذا يعني رساله بطلبها من الكل،
أها
انه اريد مثلا سواء على نالشيك سواء على اي مدينه روسيه،
اها
حاول انك تبرز اخلاقك الحميده.
أكيد أكيد يعني أصدقائنا من دول عربية ومن مختلف دول العالم كلها بتيجي شباب بتتعلم شوي شوي بتتعود، لكن في نهاية المطاف هذا يعني مجتمع جامعي.
الصبر اهم شيء، انك تصبر، يعني
آه،
بتيجي اول شيء على
صحيح.
بلد جديد، لغه جديده،
مهم.
ثقافه جديده،
مهم.
عالم جديده،
مهم.
فانه اول سنه راح تكون كثير صعبه عليك.
مهم. مهم.
فحاول انه قدر المستطاع انك تصبر،
مهم.
وتحاول انه تجاري مع الوقت
مهم.
تكتسب يعني، وتاخذ على الوضع
كويس كويس. И сейчас ты говоришь на русском языке, прекрасно, да?
لا конечно.
Да, это вообще отлично. So, Mr. Alper, thank you for this opportunity, to give us the opportunity to talk with one of the students, Radwan. He told us a lot, about his experience in the university, like why he chose Nalchik, and about even the life cost in the life cost, the monthly life cost that he's spending, and other good information. So, I see right now here the list of the questions. What I can tell you, I have more than maybe 40 questions in front of me, Mr. Albert. So let me pick one by one here.
Okay.
I have here question. Yura, please, maybe these guys who writing in Indian language, you can translate it in Google Translate, so I can get it. Yeah. So I have here a question from Ruth Langdon, asking about the fees of the hostel. So maybe I can answer that question. Mr. Albert already told us that the monthly fees start from $9 to $15, $16, depending on the number of people per room, right, Mr. Albert? I think that
Yes, exactly.
if two
Different
people,
buildings,
okay,
different amount of people
okay,
in the room. Once again, I don't know if you talk about that, but by the way, it was
Mm.
such a pleasure to listen to you,
Yeah,
friend, my
okay,
friends, always. So here in Nalchik, that's quite important. We
Mhm.
have airport, we have international airport and direct flights from Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer, it's usually 2 flights per day.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 international airports less than 100 kilometers from the place.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, it's quite a popular tourist place, so that's why we have
Mm-hmm.
3 airports less than 100 kilometers from each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just because the transportation
The
is easy
transportation
and
is easy.
very flexible,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
prices are quite convenient.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So, guys, yes, as Mr. Alper telling us, when you will come to Russia, you will travel from Moscow directly to Nalchik
Usually, yes.
city. Yeah, yeah.
Usually, in the summer there might be some direct flights from Emirates or Turkey, but
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, based on the pandemic, these are quite rare.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, Mr. Alper, we have some questions here in Indian language. I don't know why Nahid telling us in Indian, but we translate it. So the guy is asking, what's the tuition fees for postgraduate medicine program? Can you?
Postgraduate medicine
Yeah,
program.
yeah.
Okay, if you give me, if you give me 2 minutes or something.
Okay.
I'll send a short request, and they tell me just want to. I think it is the same. It's roughly the same as
It's roughly
the
the same.
mass
So,
specialist program,
yeah.
but I'll ask my colleagues just to be
Yeah,
precise.
but
Give
so
me.
we can saying like up to 2,500 USD dollars. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
up
around
to
that. It's
up
around
to.
that anyway. It's
Hmm.
not dramatically bigger than that
Okay,
anyway.
okay. So here more questions coming from Andre Anderson. What is the fees for Dual degree program asking here.
Dual
Is the
degree program, we just launched them.
uh-huh.
We just had our first experience this year, I mean,
Okay.
the last education year.
Mm-hmm.
And then all this pandemic started. So we had first experience.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make them bigger yet,
Mm-hmm.
but we are very focused on. We are very
Okay.
focused on this
Okay.
sort of service.
Okay. Okay.
So if they have any requests, you have our email. If they
Okay.
check the website and
Okay.
send us letters, we may and respond correctly.
Okay, okay, okay. So we're going to the other question from Clary Vancy. I think this coming from Nigeria, Mr. Alper, asking us when borders will be open for Nigerian students. Is there any info? Can you tell
We
us
have,
about that?
we have, I think we have two Nigerian students
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Mm-hmm.
The borders are closed. I know that students were saying this is the university is not very famous, but people know about that.
Mm-hmm.
They are sent requests
Mm-hmm.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
We are in very close contact with local authorities, just trying to understand when these will be possible. We don't know yet because the situation is quite. It's not bad, but we expect it to get better as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
The local authorities. The situation in Russia is that local authorities, they are based on the local situation. They can make their own decision on how to open borders and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So far, we don't like this year. We didn't send new invitations this year because of the pandemic situation.
Mm-hmm.
We are very cautious. The security, the safety and security of students are number one priority for us. As I
Okay.
said, probably that's why we have only 4 or 5 COVID students, and all of them are healthy now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We can't say anything specific about Nigeria, but I think this is the country level question.
Mm-hmm.
We can only follow their decision first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we can answer that, guys. We must to follow the Russian government policy. Up to
Yes,
now,
exactly.
I believe, Mr. Alper, the borders is open for Egyptians, right? For
Egyptians, Turkey,
Turkey,
some other countries.
some other countries. So, guys, I mean, it's step by step, slowly, slowly. As you see, the borders is opening, and hopefully the vaccine that Russian producing nowadays, the Sputnik, will also play important role to finish with this pandemic situation, honestly, and things will come in normal. Let's take more questions here. Yeah, let me pick this one from MD Ridoy Hosan. I don't know if I'm reading right. So asking about is there online Russian language course? Okay, what you can tell
Yeah,
us
we
about
have
that?
like online Russian language.
Mm-hmm.
We have 7 groups. Most of them are studying online. So,
Okay.
as I said, this year we didn't issue any new
Mm-hmm.
invitations.
Mm-hmm.
So those students who were available on campus, they are studying online. But others, they applied from abroad, and that's quite the direct and straightforward procedure.
Mm-hmm.
They can very easily contact us and start their Russian
Okay.
language program. There
Are
is one more point.
mm-hmm.
If they, we do the Russian language program, we provide certificates for the foreign students. So next year they can apply for the Russian language program, whatever program they may pick. This year, the certificate Russian language program are over because we finished admission,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time we can teach them Russian on the regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the preparatory program is closed this year,
Mm-hmm.
but if they just need, if students or some foreigners, if they just need Russian language, we are open to provide that service too. No problem with that.
But for the preparatory, you are not planning to open for like early intakes next year, like February, March,
No,
maybe?
no, no.
No.
We don't plan because
Okay.
just for you to understand, just the preparatory course,
Mm.
it's quite, it's very intense in terms of language. People will, you understand, people have to be fully engaged in Russian. So we even make the group smaller. We have 10 students in the class. Now we have 6 or 7 students in group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the distant groups,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise distant learning might be just to keep with the quality.
Mm-hmm.
We made the group smaller.
Mm-hmm.
That means that we need to spend more time teaching them language.
Mm-hmm.
And if we start in January or February in the distant format, probably they would not be time enough for
Mm-hmm.
them to be
Mm-hmm.
to become very fluent,
Yeah,
to become very fluent in English, in
in
Russian.
Russian, yeah. And that course, the online one, like as you show us in the presentation, it cost around $1,000.
Yes,
Mm.
the preparatory course, which is certified. I mean, if they get the certificate, so then they can study in university Russian programs later on.
Mm-hmm.
That course is about 70,000 rubles, or around $1,000.
Around one
Once
thousand
again,
dollars.
it might be adjusted, like I don't know,
Yeah, yeah,
five
up to the exchange rate. Okay,
much.
okay, okay. I got you. But I believe that Mr. Alper, even for the next year, the COVID situation solved or not, but this online experience is very good, right? Maybe we will keep developing that more and more because.
We definitely will be working with. We had distant groups previous years, but we launched them actively this year, and
Mm-hmm,
we hope, like once again, if there will be people who want to study Russian
mm-hmm,
in their home or
mm-hmm,
in other staying in other country,
mm-hmm.
we are open to that kind of
To
service. We
that
had
kind of service.
experience, we had programs, we
Mm-hmm.
had professionals who can deal with that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So yeah, that's wonderful because before we was talking with one, I don't want to like some Russian universities that they don't have this online Russian language courses even. This is universities in Moscow. They didn't launch that kind of programs and like for those students who was asking about them, I see it is a wonderful opportunity also, Mr. Albert, right? Like sitting at your home country, you can study the Russian language course in Kabardino Balkarian State University, and after that you can submit to any Russian university, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's
As I
possible.
said,
Yeah,
we are not that big. We are not that famous. So
yeah.
we need to be flexible. We need to be
I
quick.
got it. Yeah, yeah, great, great, great. So, yes, dear friends, let's take more questions here, where we can pick about the tuition fees of the undergraduate. Mr. Alper already told us, guys, who asking about the tuition fees, we can say it simply. It's starting from 1,900 USD dollars to 2,500 USD dollars. For medicine, it's little bit approximately the same, but the difference in the years of the education. As you know, the general medicine it would take 6, 5, and more information you can visit the website. About the ranking here again, asking Mr. Albert already told us that the university entered the ranking of top, like in the top 100 Russian universities. Among 1,000 Russian universities, it's ranked in the top 100. Am I right, Mr. Albert?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Local two biggest rating agencies in Russia is RAO Expert and Interfax, the news
Uh-huh.
agency.
Mm-hmm.
Based on both ratings, we are in the first hundreds. So we entered the rating previous last year,
Mm-hmm.
and we improved our position this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in the first
Mm-hmm.
first 100. We are 88 based on the RAW expert rating this year.
That's great. So let's take more more questions about the academic here. Mr. Alper, what is the deadline or the intakes for the next year? I mean, for those students who would like to apply for general medicine or dentistry in English, what is the deadlines? What you can
We
advise
try,
them?
yeah, based on the situation, we try to make it as late as possible, like November, the end of November. We don't know what happened next year, but we are very focused on providing the late admission deadline possible, because we understand that many students, we work with students, we work with them in daily basis, so we understand that some of the newcomers, they might have received their documents late, not in September, like say, or October or something. So I believe we can adjust to that as well. We can provide the latest deadline possible. That's what we are focused upon.
So
Most of the
starting from,
students,
starting
uh,
from what?
with June.
From
Usually
June,
it's end of June.
end of June.
End of June, yeah.
Okay, okay.
The admission company, we start this year. We started June 20th.
From June, like till late November, you can apply to direct like undergraduate programs, right, Mr. Alper?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, okay. And for the tuition fees here, like for the undergraduate programs, it's the same thing. You can pay by installment, like per semester or per year, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you can choose both options and switch between them if that's more convenient to you.
Here is more like one, I don't know, interesting question about the scholarship. Do you provide any kind of scholarships for international students, Mr.
The
Alper?
scholarship is we have students who are government funded and they receive government scholarship, and we can help with them. We can give them we can consult students if they have that request. But mostly we don't. So far, we didn't have local sponsorship or someone who is sponsored by university. But we see what happened next year. So far we have like this year we have, I think, to about 15, or yeah, it's 15 students who got government sponsorship. I mean, government by Russia. We also have some students who are sponsored by local governments, like foreign countries, not Russian government, but government countries
Yeah.
of their own. The university, so far, we didn't provide such opportunity.
Because Radwan also was telling me that he got a scholarship, like first coming to Russia. I don't
Yeah,
know, it was
that's a government scholarship,
that's
government
government
of Russia.
scholarship. Okay, that's the government of Russia. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
most of our sponsored students, they have the sponsorship from Russian government.
I got it. I got it. And Mr. Alper, like through your experience, applying to the Russian scholarship program, how the students can do that? What do you recommend them? Like, is there any special portal or something?
There are special agencies in each country. They can provide such service, and they are quite open, and it's quite possible for the students, if they are focused, if they are motivated, if they have good grades, if their program is one which is Russian government is interested to sponsor, for instance. I don't think it's quite often this situation. We may ask Advan to tell his story if that's if they need, if our
No, he was telling me that through the Russian embassy, like I believe it's Russatrodnichestvo, right, Mr.
yes,
Alper?
exactly.
Yeah, Russatrodnichestvo is one. I believe, guys, who asking about the scholarship, honestly, the best source to get this information is going to the Russian embassy in your country, and they will give you like in more details about your situation, because Russia treating like or providing this kind of scholarship depending on the country. Like each country have special requirements, special quotas, and so on. So it's better thing to go to the Russian embassy, and we are pretty sure they will help you there. So we have more questions. Yeah, about the English programs we already passed. Mr. Alper explained. Guys, the general medicine dentistry are available. Pharmacy, I believe, still not available in English. Yeah, Mr. Alper.
Yeah, pharmacy we have in Russian.
Mm-hmm.
We had plans to make more English programs.
Mm-hmm.
Pharmacy is one of them, but
Mm-hmm.
not for the next year.
Not for the next year.
So
Okay.
we are planning this activity, but
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you exactly which year. So far, we have pharmacy in Russian.
In
So
Russian. So
once
pharmacy.
the students
Mm-hmm.
want that program, they need to finish the preparatory course first.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So let's take here one of the last questions because our time also is coming to end, Mr. Alper. Thank you really
Oh, it's
for
okay. It's
spending
our
that.
pleasure to talk to
Thank
you.
you, thank you. I'm just getting here some questions from our friends from Algeria. From Algeria. First of all, he asking a couple questions here. Is there any students from the Moroccan countries like from Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Mr. Alper at
We have
Kabardino
students
Balkarian?
from this country. I
Uh-huh.
understand that these countries have some sort of certification in their countries, so of Russian
Right.
universities.
Uh-huh.
So we sent our request to be just in order to be included in that list.
Mm-hmm. So you are straight to the point because he's coming about
Yes,
this
exactly. We're
question.
working on
Yeah,
that, and we
you
have
know about that.
students from both countries already.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Both countries. So yeah, okay. Jarrar, the guy who is asking here, like Mr. Alper already answered your question. They are working to get certified, approved by the Algerian government, like officially to be the diploma of Kabardino Balkarian State University recognized officially by the Ministry of Higher Education in Algeria. But I believe it is a government university, and they will get that definitely. They already have some Algerian students, as Mr. Albert confirmed us. And yeah, if you are, please contact the university directly, and Mr. Alper will answer you in more details. About your last question, is there any programs in French? I believe no, right, Mr. Alper? French programs is not available.
So far, no.
No, so far, no, it's not available. No French at Kabardino Balkarian. Maybe there is another Russian university providing general medicine in French, but not here. Here in English, and the tuition fees, as you see, Gerard, it's really one of the cheapest, even I see, among Russian universities. Comparing with the quality of education, of course. So what we can ask here more, let's get guys the last question, please. Let's get the last question, and other questions I can just put you, please, you put the email of the university there, and you can ask directly Mr. Albert. So Mr. Albert, here let's take about, I will pick the life cost. Again, I will come back to this point.
Life cost.
Yeah, I will pick this point, because what Radwan told us about his situation, and I would like to hear from you as a person who living and grow up, as you told us, in this city, and you know it like very well. In case if the student choose to study or to live in the student hostel, which is really quite cheap, I mean $15 per month, it's nothing. Like, what do you think, or your advice to those students who are planning to come? Let's say roughly you're saying $200. Okay, in $200, Mr. Albert, what's that including? Like the student will be able to eat every day? How? I mean,
So I think
yeah.
with $200 they can get food, transport, and mobile connection, because that's also very important for our
Mhm,
students.
mhm.
Of course, they will not. Maybe it's not a good idea to go to restaurants and travel all around, but they definitely will survive. They will survive well. Like 200 $200 a month, I think it's more than enough for student to
More than
survive on
enough.
campus.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know,
your opinion.
maybe Radwan has a different story, but
Radwan was telling me $500. He's very rich guy.
yeah, and it's almost and with the same amount you can rate an apartment, like
Yeah,
10 or
yeah, yeah,
12,000
yeah, yeah.
Russian rubles. So it's roughly as the price of the 1 or 2 room apartment.
Great, great, great. Mr. Albert, maybe I will get this also. Nice question from Lisa coming here. It's from Ghana, asking us about the student life activities. Is there any special clubs for international students? Like, for example,
Yes, we have.
what you can tell us
We
about that?
like say in
Mm,
the before pandemic, We had a lot of activities like any sort, sports, social, musical, theater, whatever. So we had a lot of celebration like
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day, like international days of other countries. We had them all. Now we have to be very cautious. We have to work in specific way. We have curators like people in like our employees who are monitoring the different groups, and we have a bunch of social activities like scientific seminars, that kind of stuff. So once again, today it's a control. They have got all these controls, and today we don't have so many activities. And but once the weather get a little bit better, I mean, it's just 2 days snowing non-stop. Once these are over, with the smaller groups, they can do whatever activity is possible. Once again, it's not a lockdown over here. Social places like cafe, restaurants, all this stuff, they are open, and we have some activities over here, but not with the huge amount of people. It's like local groups, no more than 15 to 20 people, with all these social distances and masks and everything. Actually, today it's our first time when we had our masks off.
Yeah.
Just to talk, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, do you believe, from your point of view, Mr. Alper, that till next year the borders will be open for international
Yeah,
students?
we will definitely they will be open, and didn't mention the sports facilities. So we have a couple of sports gym, huge, but we have a swimming pool. We have outdoor in indoor sports facilities, which are very popular among students.
Okay, okay, okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Mr. Albert, what I can tell you, thank you very much for your time. Really, I spent with in this webinar more than other universities, because a lot of questions, very interesting to talk with you and with Radwan about all that wonderful opportunities. I really advise, like, strongly advise Kabardino Balkarian State University for international students to consider it as a potential option for them. What you would like to tell us in the end, Mr. Alper? Maybe a message from you to those who watching us right now.
Okay, it's not an easy times these days. So I wish you all good health, good luck, and everything. So I hope we will be much better than next year. Will be much better than this one. Thank you once again for opportunity to present our small university to
It's a pleasure.
to such a huge auditory. Thank you once again. God
It's a
bless.
pleasure.
We are
It's a
very
pleasure.
close. If you need us, kbsu.ru. We are open and we are ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Alper. Thank you very much for your time, Radwan. And I wish you very wonderful day or night right now. Thank you very much. See you again in our future webinars. So, dear our audience, friends, today we finish our series webinars, and tomorrow waiting for you from 12 till 6 with the new Russian universities. Thank you, everyone. Be safe, and thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone.
Nice evening.